Disclaimer: do not go to Prime. Listen to the naysayers. Some of the people in charge are cool, but there are some that have the ability to send you home by lying on you. Avoid Prime. This video was made before an eye-opening situation had occurred.
If you're looking to get into trucking, I really think that Prime might be a really good thing for you. Just for the simple fact that they pretty much front everything for you, you know. You don't really have to come out of pocket for too much. I mean, yeah, you have to get your permit and whatnot and everything associated with being hired, like maybe your birth certificate and stuff like that. So you probably are most likely gonna have to run a few errands, you know. But other than that, I mean, room and board, 3 meals a day for the first few days, and basically they take care of transportation, all of that for you. So I'm coming from Atlanta, so they booked me I guess a Greyhound. We're gonna have to take a Greyhound. If not, you get reimbursed for maybe like if you rent a car or take a plane, you know, whatever the case may be. I heard that they reimburse you, but that's not what I did. So I'm gonna speak on what the process was for me. You know, got all my stuff together. You might have to do physical, DOT physical in your home state, whatever the case may be. Get all of that figured out. Then, for me, in my case, it took me about 13 hours to get all the way here in Springfield, Missouri, to a place called Campus Inn. So, you get off the Greyhound bus. Me and my experience, and like some of the drivers that I happened to meet on the bus, we had to wait a little bit until a shuttle came to pick us up. Then they'll take us to what is called the Campus Inn. It's the hotel slash motel that they'll keep you in while you're just getting started. So yeah, I think I left that Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. Wednesday night, got there like Thursday morning, afternoonish. And then we checked into the hotel, the Campus Inn hotel. I'll probably add, like, if you're not familiar with what it looks like, I'll probably add like video, B-roll, the hotel, what it looks like, and probably in this video, maybe in the next video, something like that. But yeah, you basically check in, got all your stuff, ready for the next day. So Friday was my first day, and it might be different for you depending on when you started. But Friday was our first day. Basically what we did was we were in this computer lab setting, kind of looking room. Basically gave us the rundown of what we'd be expecting throughout orientation. The orientation lasts 3 days until you get set up with your trainer. So it was basically a rundown. What did we have to do? The first day, we were in the computer lab. Basically, he was telling us, giving us a rundown. You either be green folder or gold folder. That'll be explained to you if you make it this far. Because they do, if you're a recruiter, you spoke to your recruiter, they already had ways of filtering people out. So before you even get up here. So that first day, we basically had to do like a trainer compatibility test, which I'm not sure too much into how they, look into that, how accurate it is they use for it, because that's a different story. But got to do that. Then you have to sign up for some other okay, we're just gonna skip that because that's not, we can really just get to the nitty gritty. What they expect out of you is they're gonna give you like 60 or 70 tasks, bro. Most of them are videos, some of them are just forms you have to fill out, like the arbitration agreement or things like that. But most of them are videos. So you're gonna have to knock that out between that first day and that second day at midnight. It's a lot of videos, but they're easy. You just gotta watch them, but it'll take a minute, so you can pace yourself, go eat. You don't have to sit there and watch it all at once. So the second day, I think we were introduced to it's like a simulator. So basically, Never drove a semi truck before. It'll be a simulation of that. It'll be like 3 big screens, a wheel, all the gears and gadgets and everything. You're basically simulating the truck kind of like a game. That was cool, whatever, we did like some modules, different scenarios that, are kind of realistic, yeah. It gives you if you're new to it, it gives you a feel for what's to be expected, kind of, so. And then the third day, we basically do the same exact thing, just a little bit more in depth. And then we ask questions about what to expect during training, the PSD phase, which is the next phase. So got done with that. Those are 3 days of orientation, pretty much. Well, did I skip one? No, I think the second day, either the first day we got like temporary badges, so we were able to access them. Well, I'm not sure if you were supposed to or not, but I don't know if I got lucky or whatever the case may be, but we got temporary badges, and I was able to ride the shuttle with that and go to the next building. I'll be talking about more. It's called the Millennium Building. That's where they have a lot of extra amenities and things like that. Doctor's office for prom and basketball court and movie theater and stuff like that. That's a whole separate, totally separate building. So, the third day, which was the last day of orientation, we got our green badges. It's one of these green badges. That's the badge they're gonna be paying you the interest-free loan on. You get paid every Thursday, I believe, like $200. Well, it's not really a payment, but it's a loan that you have to pay back. But it's interest-free, and they just take $25 out of your check each week. Once you get hired on and stuff like that, after you get your CDL. But yeah, that's pretty much where I am at in this process. That third day, that's pretty much what that was. We basically met with HR, and they made us do the whole kind of like application over again, like a written form of it. But it just wasn't as in depth. And then another thing, when I got there, I could have sworn that I signed up for the tanker division, but for some reason they had me down as reefer, and I don't know. But I just haven't been worried about that, I was just gonna worry about that after I actually get my CDL. So the fourth day is when I actually got to drive the truck for the first time. I met with my trainer that day. There's another facility called like the pad, where we pad train basically. I was assigned a trainer that day, and I was able to actually get behind a wheel of a real semi-tractor, a semi-tractor with a trailer. And basically we worked on, pre-trip and air brakes and in-cab, and actually maneuvering the vehicle. So that was pretty cool. I got a feel for how it actually feels. And it's a lot. I feel like the simulator is kind of a good thing in comparison to the actual thing. Like, it's not too far off. You get a good feel of what to expect. I will say that the brakes feel a lot more sensitive than you think. It's a different feeling from driving a car, but it was cool. That's what I've been waiting on, just being able to drive it. I don't really have too many issues with feeling like scared about driving anything like that. No, I've been ready. So we worked on maneuvers, basically what I needed to pass the CDL test. So I think we worked on that like 2 or 3 days, and then my trainer told me that we were actually going over the road. So basically we're over the road for like a week and a half. I think my trainer had the Midwest region, so all the states between, like, I know Texas was kind of out the way, but we ended up having to go to Texas for one of the laws. So from Texas all the way to like Ohio, so all the states in between, like Oklahoma, Kansas, Indiana, Illinois, And I'm from Atlanta, and I never really just been to those states. So, you know, I'm sightseeing as much as I could. You know, looking at restaurants I've never seen before, like White Castle and 7-Eleven, and it was another one, what's it called? I think it was like some burger place, In-N-Out, something like that, bro. But I finally got to see those in person. I guess that was cool. So yeah, it wasn't too bad of a process, you know. It was cool. I just got back today, and I'm planning on taking my actual CDL test in a couple of days. So it was cool sightseeing. You know, I think there was like a 10-hour requirement for driving. That, you know, I knocked that out in like the first 2 days, you know. But we were out on the road for like a week and a half. So basically I was just chilling the whole time while, you know, my instructor would give me like tips here and there and stuff like that. And they call that phase the PSD phase. So basically it's just you getting comfortable with the truck, honestly. You don't really, you learn, but you don't learn too much. Probably that the TNT phase will teach you. Just pretty much get, you know, a gist of being over the road and adjusting to that life, having to take showers at truck stops, stuff like that. And, you know, so that was cool, whatever. We finally got back today. And my trainer was a female, it was a girl, so, a woman. I thought that was kind of, but I mean, that wasn't too big of a deal, you know. Basically, the truck is big. You can stand up in the truck, you know, it's bunks. So my trainer had like a TV in there, PS5, all type of stuff. So, you know, it was cool, you know. The way I look at it, man, I really feel like trucking is a cheat code, bro, to be honest, because especially the way I plan on doing it is because, especially if you don't have any obligations or anything like that, bro, it's a really good way to, I believe, that you can get ahead, you know. Especially if you're a business owner and you're already business savvy and you have business sense, you can do a lot with this. So basically that's what to expect at Prime, you know. At the end of the day, it's what you make out of it, and you get to see if it fits you or not. I'd say it's definitely more of a lifestyle than the traditional whatever you've been used to, bro. Cause me, I hate people, bro. I don't even like, bro, being over the road with a stranger is like, that was like, but my trainer was cool for the most part, you know. I got over that, and, you know, I'm getting it done, so, and I feel a lot more comfortable actually driving the trailer and the truck. So it's, I feel like it was a good thing, you know, overall. And, you know, I'm headed for greatness, bro, pretty much. So that's been my experience so far at Prime. You know, I'll be able to update you all with more information as I go through this training process. So wish me luck. I wish y'all luck, you know, wherever y'all coming from. But yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it in this video, but I'm at the Springfield location. Basically, they have different locations. I think they have one in Utah and another one some other state, which the website will tell you. But I think this is the biggest one they have, and apparently the nicest one. So yeah, man, the cafe is good. The Millennium Building was cool. And I'll probably talk more about that in the next video. I'll probably add clips of it too. So that's been my experience so far. So I'll keep y'all posted, keep y'all updated as I go through this journey. And I'll bring y'all along with me. So, yeah.